Now, my inspiration for you today is this. You gotta take a risk. Taking a risk means, specifically, to not play it safe. I know that's super simple for you, but I'm not trying to overcomplicate the simple today. What I mean by taking a risk is there are things you could be doing right now that you're not doing because you're used to being comfortable. And what the Lord is telling me to tell you today is to step outside of your comfort zone. What's outside of your comfort zone? Limited possibilities. Who gave the person the idea to actually do this waterfall? Not just a regular waterfall. Like, they could have did a waterfall with just things flowing down. But somebody specifically said, nope, we're going to create images in this waterfall that's going to make it appear like nothing is holding them up. I want you to let that settle in. You're comfortable right now. You've been living the same life you've been living, and you're limiting yourself. You're decreasing your capacity for more, for greater. Now, can you accomplish this? Yeah, you can. So why not you? Why not now? Why don't you make the decision today to expand and increase your capacity? One of the most profound sermons I ever heard Pastor Gomez preach was about increasing your capacity, which means that the God you see is the God you get. Like, the way you see God is the way God is going to show up in your life. It's not that God doesn't want to show up for who he is. He is the creator of everything. But it's the fact that regardless of how he shows up, you're only going to see him for what you want to see him for. And God doesn't operate like that. According to your faith be it unto you. Now, these are my steps today to help you start taking the risk. Number one, failure is inevitable. Failure is actually necessary. It's a necessary thing that you cannot be afraid of when you're taking a risk. That's number one, okay? Like, you're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to get it right. You're going to have to get your eraser, and you're going to have to start over again. The second thing I want you to know in taking a risk is you got to have a level of self-belief and faith. They work together, right? You got to believe that you have everything inside of you that you need in order to accomplish whatever God places on your heart. As you do that, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is you being able to see it before it comes to pass. Like, did I specifically see Dubai before it came to pass? Not specifically, but I saw greater. And I wanted God to choose what he revealed to me. I didn't limit God. It could have been something else, but I didn't limit God, because whatever God gave me, I was going to be grateful for it. Which is my third point. You're okay with failure. Then after you develop your self-belief and faith, and then you have a grateful heart. If God can trust you with something small, then he'll trust you with something bigger. Got to let that settle in, family, because I think that's important as we navigate life. Sometimes we want this huge thing, or we want this miraculous thing to happen. We want this miracle, and God is like, I can't even trust you for getting to work on time. I can't even trust you for being a good person. I can't even trust you with a secret. And family, as you operate, family, in failure, as you have self-belief, and as you have faith, and as God begins to give you a grateful heart, the next thing you do, family, is you do it imperfectly. Don't wait for the perfect moment for it to be the perfect moment. If you wait for the perfect time, it will never be the right time. So as you do that, family, as you begin to walk that way, and as you begin to operate in that, and as you begin to dominate, and as you begin to do it imperfectly, the last thing I want you to do, family, is enjoy the moment. Like, enjoy the process of developing. Enjoy the process of failing. There are so many things that I failed at. I can remember when I started motivational speaking. I can remember when I wrote my book. I can remember when I gave people advice and they rejected the advice, or the book seemed like garbage, or I only had a few people show up to hear me speak. All of those things develop the Aaron that you see today. Like, I could be home in my hotel, soaking, upset, frustrated, irritated, that, oh, woe is me. Not that many people wanted to come see me. Or I can be in a mall, a 4-story mall, about 7 blocks long, inspiring you at a fountain that was created by somebody who had the same steps that I'm sharing with you today, inspiring you. And I'm gonna go to another spot too, and I'm gonna inspire you too. And I hope I'm inspiring somebody that's watching me. Hope they come up to me and ask me a question so I can just give them some game or give them some encouragement. Family, it is time for you to get going. Right now, it is time for you to get going. If I can do it from Jacksonville, Florida, I know you can do it. I know God can do exceedingly abundantly above anything that you can ever hope for. I know it, according to his riches in heaven. So family, I'll leave you with this. The only thing that's standing in front of you and greater is space in your mind. Why don't you expand your mind, and why don't you operate within the space? Let me say it again. Why don't you expand your mind, and why don't you operate within the space that's given to you? I met so many people today that come from so many different countries looking for a better opportunity. They work 12 hours, 6 days a week with 1 day off just to make enough money to provide for their family. And you're sitting on your behind, you're afraid, you're going to your dead-end job every day because you're afraid to take the risk. Take the risk today, because no, Jesus is the way. Let's go.